if anything is going to be interesting or leading, it's going to be data, right? I think nowadays, anything that we're doing in this world where, yes, we have the opportunity to sometimes meet offline, but the discovery phase happens online 9 out of 10 times. So specifically, if there's a purchaser that wants to buy, right? If somebody wants to buy, they're going to go out themselves and find things. And this is where the inbound aspect becomes very important, also the measurement of this. And one thing a lot of companies are struggling with is the data collection and data analysis, right? You've had a past in 6 Sense. I think it's amazing that you can go to a website and identify somebody from this account or potentially this person came. Super interesting. And I see we're underutilizing that. I think that market is still yet to blow up significantly. I think the LLMs are very much underutilized when it comes to discovery. We have recently we did a study on access logs, which is a free tip for you as well. It's like find your access logs. I can give you one tip. Find your access logs is going to tell you when ChatGPT and Perplexity visit your website, when they crawled you, which page they crawled you for, and it's going to tell you what your visitors or your purchasers are looking for. A lot of insight here, and man, wow, this is. I'm very interested to have we'll do another deep dive someday going into this.
Yeah,
right now, I want to.
Let's go part 2 next, because I'll also say, again, marketers have so much more at their disposal. And like what I've been working with at Metadata, so it's digital marketing platform, right? So advertising, but for example, we have a bid agent that is figuring out algorithm and can bid for you 24/7 and help you, optimize your bids to a goal, like you could say pipeline. And so some of those things are changing. And again, I think it's more important than ever to be in the channels where people are, even in their free time, and show up and build that brand. And then the flip side of that too is like Metadata has an MCP server connector now. And so that's in Claude today, ChatGPT, hopefully next week. Now that they've got their APIs open, but I'm in Claude and I have a single plane. I can do everything from Claude. I can analyze my campaigns. I can build new ones, and I can deploy them and optimize them from Claude, not have to leave there. And I think that that's another whole new world. Like that's part 2, is there's just so much happening, advancing the way marketers can work.
Yeah, but I think there's still one thing that holds true. And I think that's something that Metadata is trying to accomplish, or trying to solve, and is accomplishing very well from what I've seen, is insights and accurate insights. There are so many people, and I mean, I don't think there's a marketer in the world that trusts Google Analytics, for example. Nobody will trust it, right? Nobody will trust Meta, and there are so many companies trying to crack this puzzle that Metadata is trying to solve, and I feel like they're doing a great job, specifically towards this type of go-to-market strategy, specifically towards this type of marketing where, from what I've seen, like getting your, setting up your advertisements, including your audiences, making sure that you use all the data that you have available for you to target them and to reach them even better than you could before. And that's the thing where I feel like I wish, and maybe that's metadata, but I want to hear it from you, because the one thing I've always had as a marketeer, my background's in tech, and marketing, and so I know pixels annoying as hell. But when I look at a product like Metadata, seeing the data is actually following through, you get actual actionable data. I love the fact that you can talk to it in Claude, but what's the for everybody here, like what's the underlying reason to onboard metadata in your company? What pain do you have if you need metadata as a solution?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few pillars to that, and I'll start with just to be able to experiment at scale. So you're talking about this, like you're not just one-to-one going in to LinkedIn and trying to set things up there, and then Meta, we're in Reddit. So it's, now you can experiment at scale because you're building an audience. You can set different offers, different call to actions, different creatives. And, if I had three of each times that, I'm at 27 different experiments like that, out having to build a new campaign for every single one.
And that's a crucial distinguisher, I think, because um, being in the ad buying business and having spent a lot of time in there, there's a lot of companies that allow you to create campaigns. There's not a lot that allow you to experiment, and specifically cross-platform. And that's the
Right.
thing you want to have.
Right. And yeah, so the cross platform thing is the other really big thing because, like today, if I'm in Facebook and I want to run campaign there, trying to pinpoint my ICP is really hard. The way I set my Facebook up 20 years ago, I haven't changed.
Yeah,
It's my oldest email I own. I don't check
it's
it
not going to work.
now. I don't think I changed my job title, and but my LinkedIn is up to date. But what metadata can do is actually it's called meta match. We can match these two audiences and in fact these experiences. So now you're starting to be able to create the same consistent experience across channels to the same people. So it's consistent. So it's this proprietary technology. I can tell you're thinking to match your personal and your professional
Yeah,
channels.
you got my brain buzzing right now with the potentials, with all the potential that's in someone. Because I think cracking that code of being able to target people. We always say, I mean, there's a common mistake, in my opinion, a common um, misconception. You don't advertise on. I've heard people say, don't advertise on Instagram because it's meant for people. No, those are the same CEOs, CMOs, purchasers, everybody that you're targeting for. And the only problem is finding them. But if you can now match things from LinkedIn and match them, merge them, and then target them even better, target them on Reddit for all I care. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then having those insights is the kind of the third component to it, and that data that we talked about. So now you can pull that all together in your LLM and like triangulate all that with the power of also connecting to the internet and your CRM or your map. It You can just imagine like how cool
I
it.
can see the vision, yeah, and I can see how that's useful for any type of campaign you're running. And I don't think it matters whether you're spending. I mean, you're going to have to be in to enjoy some of these luxuries like multi-campaign scaling and experiments. You need to have them, obviously. But hey, here's my tip: start using it, get the ROI with the benefits, and now you get the money to scale even more, even further. Now, Lisa, we're on time. I wish I could bend your ear for like another half hour, an hour, because I feel like there's so much more in you that I would like to get to know and like to get people to see as well. It's been an incredible conversation, and I love the takes that you have. I'm curious to see where the world's going to take us. I'm curious to see how. I'm curious to see if we get ads in 6 months or not. I'm curious to see if we have if people go away or if we just need more of them and more knowledgeable ones.